Welcome on the Rumbling Facts podcast, everybody. And this week, I wanted to take the time to thank everybody that came in the last 8 episodes because I didn't have time to do one for myself. So we started with Damien. Damien is the host of The Last Harvest and the book by Lucien Mars. And he talked about the blood types and depopulation and reptiles because Damien was a half reptile, half human person. So I learned a lot in that podcast, honestly, because we were not on the same page for that Trump and stuff like that, because I'm a supporter of Trump to the highest degree and he is not. And I respect that opinion to the highest degree. But we agreed on a lot of things that the system is getting controlled and everything. And we got to push critical thinking to the highest degree, people, because it's not by staying in your box that you're going to learn something every week. It's by literally critical thinking and thinking outside the box. Like, why is the government doing this? Why is the system made like this? Why are we poor and can't we stay poor? Why is that? And there's reasons for all that, because the higher people in power don't want you to critical think. That's why they banned Andrew Tate for a while, and they tried to put him in jail because he was just pushing critical thinking and not being a pawn to the system. So I really appreciate Damien coming on, even if we had so different views about certain stuff during the podcast. But I really appreciated him coming. And then we had Joshua Shea. Boys, if you guys have a problem with porn there, you got to go check out that podcast, because I learned so much. Like, I thought that I was looking at porn because there was beautiful girls. Well, it's a part of it, but actually it's because we feed ourselves dopamine and the two other drugs in your head, and literally that's what creates the addiction. It's not oh, I'm seeing a new girl. It's literally the dopamine that we're feeding ourselves, and that's why we get hooked on it so much. And now, especially with porn is so accessible to everybody on earth, well, we gotta make sure that we protect our kids from this shit there. It's okay if you're an adult, a consenting adult, and you want to watch that shit. But if you're a child, you should not be watching this shit. And that's why Pornhub is so massive now. It's literally the YouTube of porn. Even people that don't watch porn know that it's the YouTube of porn. So I really appreciated him coming, and we were able to dive into certain subjects. Why these girls do this. It's also the addiction of getting validated and getting told you're perfect all the time and you're beautiful, and that just gets to their head. And at the end of everything, everybody's going to be sad because the girl doesn't want these little dogs, and it's like these guys are just looking for a personal interaction with a girl, but actually you're probably talking to a dude. And we went through as well the dating sites. I hope you guys really nailed that in your head there. 5% of most of the biggest dating sites in the world, girls like you. So it's 1 out of 20. Are you that 1 out of 20? You're probably not, because these girls are too way fucking difficult. And we showed the stats during the podcast, and these are real facts, people. And it's scary. It's because these girls have an abundance of fucking little dogs everywhere that want them. So it makes them even more difficult given the choice. When a guy given the choice, he's less difficult. So it's really incredible. I hope you guys learn through that. And if you're going through it, you should watch that podcast. It's going to teach you something. And if it's your loved one that's going through it, well, we talked about ways to approach your loved one that's going through porn addiction. And then we had Leslie and Stephen Shaw. And Stephen had an alien, Graku. I think that's how you say it, in his family for generations. His father told him this, and like he didn't believe it till he saw it. And him and his brother encountered these aliens 5 different times. Well, different times. Why I say 5, it's because I was mixing up that he saw 5 UFOs in the sky, and Leslie as well saw the 2 last ones. And it's really captivating because all my life, like I researched space and stuff like that, and that's why I don't think we ever went to the moon. And I'm going to talk about it in another subject and another podcast, because it's a big one for sure. And and because we can't go, that's the reason I figured out. And when they pushed that aliens are not coming from somewhere else, they're coming from here, well, a lot made sense. A lot made sense with everything they said, and I really appreciated hearing their story to the highest degree. It's rare you meet somebody that really had interaction with these individuals. Let's call them that. And then we had Annie Montgomery. It was so amazing to hear her captivating story. People, it's like she had 3 major careers all her life. She was a referee in baseball and football for over 25 years, and 40 years in football, I think. And she was a machine. And when you think all this is done, and she was a newscaster for ESPN at the end, and she even worked with the Phoenix Suns for 2 years. So that's quite amazing. Like we're reaching the highest point in sports in the 80s, when there was no girl that was going to make it there. Her story is really inspiring, that it's never too late, people. We can find our direction or our path or our passion anytime, anywhere. And when you think all that is over, she becomes a teacher for 20 years, people. And she became a foster mom after, of 3 or 4 beautiful kids. It's really amazing, and her story is captivating. And during the podcast, I put many pictures on the screen so you guys can really see her career in image at the same time. It was a lot of editing for that podcast, but I think it really wrapped everything up together. So that's quite good. And then we had Mary Beth O'Connor. What a story, from somebody that was abused as a child physically and sexually, and literally ran away from there, and started meth as well at 16, and started shooting herself with meth for 20 years, people. 20 fucking years. And normally when you go that deep and that long, there's no coming back. So her story is really giving hope to people with drug addiction and trauma addiction. Because when you get trauma, you want an addiction to get rid of the pain that the trauma is hurting you. That's why she talked about that you need to get rid of that trauma as well as the addiction, because only one of them is going to bring the other one right back. So her story is really incredible. And like Anne Montgomery, it's never too late, people. She passed the bar at 39 years old, became judge at 52 years old, people. And from somebody that had nothing, and she made it to the highest point in the law system. I can't even say that other word. So let's call it the law system, people. And she even survived a kidnapping. It's really incredible to hear her story, and she was very sweet to come on. I really appreciate every person that really takes the time to come on the podcast and give us value in different ways. And then we had Skylar Robertson. It was really amazing, because we all think that we know self-defense because we've seen it in movies. Oh, somebody breaks into your home. Hey, Mr. Officer, I just shot this guy. He tried to kill us. Well, what you did right there is admit a homicide, people. Admit a homicide. Literally, police will take everything to you say to use against you. That's why they tell you the speech before they arrest you. Anything you say will, because they really will do this. And it was honestly jaw-dropping, learning from an expert of self-defense, and he goes in court to fight self-defense cases to show the people that that person is innocent, and he did it because he had to do it. And a point that he really stepped on that I was really shocked about it is like there's all these shooting ranges to teach how to shoot, but there's not much of when to shoot. And what's more important, it's when to shoot there. You want to know if you're doing a crime by saving yourself right there. It's like you got to learn that shit. And so that podcast is really amazing. You got to understand how to protect your rights in life and know when you're allowed to do self-defense. And every state is different and every country is different. So anywhere you go in life, better start looking at the rules down there or the laws, because you want to know if shit goes down, what you can do to protect yourself and protect your loved ones or your home. And then I had Steve Vincent on. Steve Vincent made me think of Billy Mandarino a bit. Really a genuine and positive guy that just wants to help. Yeah, he seemed like there's such a good vibe coming off him. I really appreciate that. And a lot of people don't take that time in that moment, like Billy Mandarino said. And he talks about this as well. And we need to be self-aware of why we're doing things in life and why is certain stuff falling into place like it is. There's a lot to grab in that podcast for people that are emotional about certain kinds of stuff in life that you maybe shouldn't give an emotions to. And we are our biggest critic in life, people. So there's a lot to learn and to let go in life in that podcast, I'm telling you. And then we had Ron Holloway last week. It was really fucking incredible. What a hero in life, my friends. It's for Mila, it really hurt me inside when I learned that he got taken his salary away. It's like, this guy is hurt because of the system, and they're not going to protect this guy that protected us. So for me, it just doesn't make sense that they're not helping this person, because he's such a great guy and he managed to build himself back. And this guy was a DSS special agent. And he literally figured out how to turn his crisis into opportunity. And he pushes literally to know when shit's gonna go down and be prepared for it to the highest degree. So prepared that you're gonna take advantage of this situation and make it run in your direction. So his story is really incredible and very touching for anybody that has people in the army or in law enforcement, that you know that these people are fucking heroes trying to do their part and trying to help different people in life. And now he pushes anti-fragility, that is literally taking a crisis into opportunity at all times there. And it's like he talked a bit about the CVID there, virus there. I'm not going to say it because I'm going to get censored. And that people should have put money in stocks and Zoom and stuff like that, because it exploded 5 times there. So people would have bankrolled that crisis into an opportunity. So there's always an opportunity somewhere, people. And it's not because you're having downfalls that that's the direction you're going to go for the rest of your life. It is never. You are never doomed. Write this down. You are never doomed of where you are. Okay. In life, sometimes there you gotta sacrifice who you are for who the fuck you want to be, people. Remember that. Or it's literally you can't just go out every Tuesday and think everything's gonna be all butterflies and shit. It's literally, you need to work for what you want in life. You need to imagine it. You need to believe it. You need to feel it to the highest degree before it happens. It's like Billy Mandarino said in one of the podcasts before, like he couldn't even walk during this CVID virus, and he could even walk, and he didn't think he was going to walk again by what the doctor said and everything, but he was still imagining himself walking, imagining himself running and all this. You gotta put into place what you imagine, what you feel, and push forward at all times there. Life ain't easy. Shit's gonna go down all the time. That's fucking ridiculous there. Ridiculous to the highest degree. So for the second part of this podcast, I just wanted to go over all the songs that we have released since the beginning, and we're at 172,000 streams, people. So I want to thank everybody that literally takes the time to listen to my music, takes the time to listen to the podcast, and subscribe on all the channels that I seen you guys follow me here, following me there. It's really amazing. I put my link tree down below at all times, so you guys can go check me out on all the platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and all this, and TikTok as well. I'm finally at 1,000 followers, and I really appreciate anybody that follows this journey and follows this podcast and learns as I learn, and we all learn together. And so let's talk about a few of the songs and give you a bit, maybe an insight of each song. I'm going to try to do it quite fast, but well at the same time. So Dark Whenever Bliss, we started with that, and that was my breakup. I had a breakup last November, and it really fucked me up in my heart. I really felt for this person, and it's literally, I was calling her a fireball at all times, and literally that fireball fucking burnt me, and I knew it in advance. It's like you can't be around somebody that's this incredible, and if she leaves you, it's gonna hurt as much as that flame coming in. So I was pissed. And I wanted to talk about as well that people are greedy nowadays, and it's all materialistic shit. And even if I have a lot of objects that I appreciate in life, I'm not materialistic at all. I'm somebody that appreciates the dollar. It's like I don't give a fuck about paying expensive for something. No. I'm gonna go low, and I don't give a shit actually. And then Crippled Inside. It's another breakup that I had like 4 years ago, and these emotions control you till you die, people. And you got to face your emotions, because unexpected news will happen, and we're all looking for a direction in life and our path, and what am I destined to be or destined to do. And this song really goes into those aspects. And then we have Single Love Is Better with a question mark, because a lot of people that really start questioning, like, is this one person good enough for me, or I'm going to need multiple people in my life to really be satisfied to the highest degree. So that song really and makes it's a guy that's looking for those answers, if that person was the one, or is that one that's good enough that you're going to be good forever. And then we had Devil's Wink, and actually was called Stay Strong on Your Values, because that's what the essence of this song is. You gotta stay strong in your values, because it's not because you're dwelling on some shit and stuff like that, and that you're gonna make things better, and at all times you gotta tell yourself, oh, is this worth doing, whatever the repercussions are of doing this. So when you want to stick on your path, people, you got to stay strong on your values and what you believe. You don't need to believe what the masses believe. If you believe in something to the highest degree, well, push that thing to the highest degree. Then we have A Million Tomorrow. It's about a guy that just wished that he had a million tomorrow with that person, and would die with that person, obviously. So that's what the song is about. And then we have Montreal Memoirs, which the title initially was Dark Summer Sky. And since we're going to release it a bit like in beginning of winter, well, we flipped the title a bit because it's me like I'm trying to question myself of like, was everything real when you're with that person and everything seems like all legit and everything, and then boom, in a second you're not that one anymore, you're not important anymore. It happens to everybody, people. And I was fucked up when I wrote that song. I'm telling you, I was fucking distraught to the highest degree. Didn't know my direction. And the clip, when we're gonna work on it, I'm really thinking about a guy that's fucking losing his mind in the fucking woods. And then we had a Runaway Clarity. I'm still smoking weed. I'm not going to lie to nobody here. But I really smoke a bit less. and it's really hard to step away from weed when they thought it could be a bit easier than cocaine. Well, it's as tough. I find I maybe don't have demons in my head, but it's like I'd rather be high than sober because life is the beginning. Sober is boring and long and fucking. But I'm telling you, the days I smoke less, that's where I see more clear. So runaway clarity still fits quite well in the as a title. So then we had levels of complication. I wanted to explain people what's OCD in my mind and how much imagination I can create in a fraction of a second. This song did not take long to write, and I wrote too much initially. Then we took out 50 seconds of it, and then we're like, damn, that was a lot of seconds. So we re-put those 40 seconds back in it. So it's like 5 minutes something, or maybe 6 minutes. It's a long song, literally going through the levels of complication in my mind. So I really hope you guys appreciate that. And then we have I don't give a fuck for real. And I really like that song because it's short and sweet and powerful, because a lot of people in life are going to shit on you because you're changing or you're evolving or you're becoming better, when actually you're still the same person. You're just getting a bit better. But a lot of people are going to shit on somebody that's trying to get out of the shit that he was in before. And I talk about becoming sober and stuff in that song. And then we have Amazing Taste. Amazing Taste is a love story I wrote when I was 19 years old. And it was about that feeling when you're so in love with that person. She gives you an amazing taste of this life that is so hard and so rough normally. It's one of my favorite love songs I wrote. And then we have Endless Nights Vibes, Freebase Symphony. That's my cocaine song. If you guys did not know, I went through cocaine 10 years ago. I did a lone podcast on this, so you guys can check it out. And I really break it down. I talked about it so many times, so I'm going to go over it just a bit. So I wanted to make sure that anybody that never lived it knows exactly what it is. And for anybody that's going through it, understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And this song is for your recovery. Let this song be your night so you can shine bright, people. Okay? Send this song to fucking anybody going through alcohol addiction, freebase addiction, any hard ass addiction. They're going to understand. I'm telling you, they're going to understand. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes you're just so deep in it that you cannot see it, but keep going fucking forward, people. I appreciate y'all. And if you're listening to this and you know somebody going through cocaine or addiction, send him this song. I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck about the stream. It's literally to save people. And then we had Cheesy to Say. So I wanted a break between the two love songs. That's why I put the cocaine song right there. And Cheesy to Say was written 2 weeks before or after Amazing Taste. They were one after another when I was 19 years old. And I wanted to write a song that the guy's so in love that he admits to all the little things that most guys won't say. So that's what concentrated the song. And I'm working on the clip right now of Cheesy to Say and Amazing Taste, because it's the same actress I'm taking for them, because it's the same imagination of this person. And then we had to look into it. Like I said at the beginning, critical thinking is fucking important, people. And I've been exposing lies of government, been 20 years for the fucking fun of it. So this song is really encapsulates everything. And I just scratched the surface on multiple conspiracy theories, and as well as I push that critical thinking. And there's a lot of word schemes in there that I really appreciate that I did. So I really hope you guys like that song. And for anybody that likes conspiracy theories, you should send them that song. It's a good song for conspiracy theorists, I'm telling you. And then we had The Path We Left Behind. So I talk about what the guy would do if she could come back, but he's realizing at the same time that he's fighting for her, that she's not gonna come back. So there's a lot in this song. and then another 3 or 4. Since I'm not stopping with the podcast, with my music, with the charity business, making others read, we're at 93,000 books, people. Fucking amazing. I saved 93,000 books and I gave them back to people in need that needed these books. So um, that's why I said another. And I wanted to call it another initially, like I said to Billy Mandarino, but it's like it didn't capulate everything. So another 304. 304 is a hoe on a calculator, but I didn't want to say hoe initially. So bang, another 304. Felt great. And I literally give a shout out to DJ Khaled in that, because you can't say another one or another without thinking about DJ Khaled. And that's one of the reasons I put DJ in front of my name, because I'm good at a lot of shit. And then I had Celebrate Truth. I wanted to make it clear why I'm here in the music industry. I'm here there to destroy the secrecy. And like I said in the song, I'm gonna bring you guys to Everest, and I'll be your searching light through the through the darkness, and I'll be a how do I say it? Oh fuck! I'll be your guarding harness towards liberty. So I talk about like what I push, and like before Spotify bumping, and before, it's like I was writing poems in elementary, then songs in secondary, and all before the Spotify bumping there. I've been writing for 21 years. It just took a lot of procrastination and fighting against myself to start releasing. So I wanted to explain why my reasons are here. And then we had the Jelly Bean song. It's one of my most personal songs I did. And Jelly Bean is the love of my life. I had this dog for 3-4 years, and she was the best dog I ever seen in my life. And it took years to write this song, like 4 or 5 years. It was really hard for me because nothing was perfect enough for her, because I know she hears it right now in heaven. And I really hope she embraces it, because I embrace her in my thoughts at every second. And then Moment Won't Last. There's a song I heard when I was a kid. I'm telling you, I was like 12 or maybe 16 years old. And I went to Montreal, and there was a group of guys, and there was the guy had a CD, and with songs from We Don't Know Where. And he made I heard the song, and it made me think of a song that I should write. And now, years later, before I started releasing, I went to check out if this song is somewhere. This song is nowhere. I don't understand why, because this song was really good. So I built my song around what he was pushing in that song. So The Moment Will Last is literally about like time goes fast, people. So you gotta appreciate a moment, because nothing lasts. So and it's me looking back, and sometimes you just want to go back 10 years ago. It's that simple. Before we had bills, before we had worries like we do now. And then Ain't Wishing Me Well, question mark. Ain't Wishing Me Well, the title comes from like literally Kevin Gates explains that most people are not going to wish you well in life. If you stop calling people first, they will, your phone is going to look on silent. It's literally so facts there. And a lot of people like don't wish me well. And when you're OCD, if a person doesn't see in your vision, well, they're gonna feel you're weird or whatever. It's like I don't get a call from anybody in a year, and then people were expecting me to show up to Christmas. So for me, that don't fucking make sense to me. So I was like, God damn, I don't get a call a year, and you people are expecting I would show up. It's incredible. So I understand that you should just show up, but for me, that don't work. That don't work at all. And a lot of people are shitting on others, because it's like you give a lottery ticket to somebody there. I'm telling you, you ain't wishing him well, for real. In your subconscious, you do not want him to be like, I got the jackpot. Fucking no, you don't. And then sad world, because a lot of people judge in life, And so I go through what happened to Andrew Tate, what happened to Bill Gates, Tiger Woods, and Edward Snowden, and Jesus. And I don't mention Trump, but I talk about certain stuff they did to Trump, the media control, and they tried to charge him with fake ass trumped up charges on Trump. It's fucking ridiculous. So sad world is exactly that. And then we have Lonely in the Cell, and I wrote half of the, like 3/4 of the song when I was in that 46-hour in jail. And I built the end, like the beginning and the ending after, to really wrap it up. And I really didn't know what to do with the chorus in this, and it came out quite well. Oh yeah, I said Sad Side World, and yeah, Lonely in the Cell as well. The chorus is quite nice. I didn't expect we do. And then the last one that came out like this morning, and it's called Shine on Me 24/7. And there's the Lord's Prayer that says, Our Father, the art of heaven. So I wanted to use that and literally build a song with that. So Shine on Me 24/7. It's like me going through my life in my thoughts and prayers, and talking to God. It's like a letter I wrote to God. And it's really a personal as well. I had this song done and completed before the first song I talked about today. And it was one of my songs I most cherish. So for me, it was really hard to release it when you want it to be flawless, you know. So yeah, so that's me going through all the songs. And the next one coming out is going to be in 3 weeks. And for now, it's called Ain't Chillin', but I don't know how I'm going to call it yet there. So, and I really hope you guys appreciated the Easter eggs I left, and a couple of songs like the lie detector test determined you were telling the truth and stuff like that. And I don't know if you guys heard that Stone Cold reference in one of the songs. If not, you gotta go through all my songs and figure it out which song it is. And if you do, write in the comments. I'll appreciate that to the highest degree. So I wanted to take the time this week to thank everybody that came on the podcast. I really appreciate every fucking guest that comes on a podcast that's so little, and you guys want to bring this much value to others in life. I really appreciate that. So I hope you guys have a great week, a great end of the week, I should say. And take care, and we'll see each other next Tuesday with an amazing guest that I can't say his name right now, but you guys are going to appreciate this. So take care, and we'll see you next time. Let's go.